Hey, welcome back to another edition of Avidgolfer Magazine's Drive Time feature. This month, we get to unveil the much anticipated, it's the great American luxury ride, the big kahuna. This is the 2021 Cadillac Escalade ESV. Big, luxurious. It's got more tech than you'll ever know, and we're going to show that. But we also want to thank the folks at Crest Cadillac up in Frisco for the use of this. These are hard to come by. In fact, when I picked it up yesterday, it already had the sale done. So once I'm done with this, it's going to be in somebody's great hands very, very soon. So let's take a long look at the 2021 Cadillac Escalade. All right, one thing about the Escalade that's always been present is its presence. It's big, it's burly, makes a statement. It's the great American luxury vehicle, and the 2021 version even amps it up further. So if you look at the front, nice and bold. They've changed the lights a little bit thinner. They do have that bladed light down the side. I think it's a great touch. This, it's kind of like a diamond cut grille. Looks really great at night. Still have the emblem on here. It's simple, elegant, yet kind of bold. I really like it. It fits well with the whole motif of it. And that's about it. You know, there's not going to be a lot of performance features on this. You're going to have air scoops and all that kind of stuff. This is a cruising mobile that takes, 7 passengers if you want to put so many people in there. So this is all about comfort. But again, when you drive up, wherever you're going, definitely makes a statement. Good stuff. All right, let's look at the power plant. It's a 6.2 liter, 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. It'll pull about 6,000, maybe 7,000 pounds. If you noticed on the rear, there's a little number that said 600 on it. You go, what the heck is that? Is that the size of the engine? What's going on? That's neutron meters. As things get more electronic, more electric, less gas, more electricity powered, they measure everything in neutron meters and they round it. So this has 630 neutron meters. They round down to 600. So there you go. Word to the wise. What's interesting about this engine compartment here is how much room you have here. Here's the radiators way back here. So these are big crumple zones. Good safety features here. When you look back here, it's again 6.2 liter V8. It goes all the way in the back. And other than that, I mean, you look at an engine, there it is. But I just wanted to show it to you anyway. What I found, what was unique is this crumple zone right here and how far back the engine goes back there to fit it all in. One thing about the updated version of this Escalade, the 2021 version, is you'll notice that a lot of the lines are really straight. When we show the back, it's kind of boxy, but it still looks elegant to me, it's tough to pull off, but Cadillac engineers and designers did a really good job. When you look at the side here, everything, again, big, bold American, 22-inch rims. These are polished alloys, they look great. And back here, you have a running board. Now, if you get the updated, or the upgraded version, again, this is the premium luxury. It's a second of about 5. This would retract. So when you open up the door, it comes out. When you push it in, it goes back. It's a nice touch, but this is just as good. This is fine. This is good. They have puddle lights coming out here with the Cadillac emblem on the bottom. Again, nice touch. A lot of people are doing that, but people are so used to it now. If you don't have it, especially at this price range, people scratch their head and go, what's up? As you go towards the rear here, again, it's very long. This is the ESV version. It's 121 cubic inches of space. This thing is a monster. But when you're taking a lot of people or you're carrying a lot of cargo, you're going to do it in style. All right, as I mentioned, the rear, nice and tidy, very linear, very squared off, but it still looks elegant to me. I like these lights. When you walk up to them, they'll greet you. They'll kind of go up and down, so that's kind of a nice touch. You got dual chrome exhaust. You can have a tow hitch back here if you'd like. Then they got different ways you can open this thing up, which is really cool. So I can do this, wave my foot under there. Again, that's not new, but again, it's a nice touch. You got a lot of stuff on you, carrying a bunch of hands, both your hands are full. Do that. And you can do this. Maybe you have your feet. Maybe your feet have a bunch of stuff on it. You can't wave it. So it's another option. You got that. So that's two. We got one more. If you just want to throw something in the back, you have this little button right here. And this opens up the window. You just throw stuff back there if you like. So 3 different options. Life's all about options, folks. This gives it in spades. Good stuff. All right, this is the Cadillac ESV. It's a true 3-row cargo hauler for people, for stuff, and again, you're going to do it in style. What's nice about this is they make it real easy to reconfigure the back for cargo or people. So if I want to, I can just throw this down here. This will put down the rear seat. It'll fold down the headrest. Here's the right one. Now you can see there's 2 bench seats up there. So right now it would hold 3 in the back, 2 and 2. So that's 7. Might be able to squeeze in a little more. And then if I want to put down these seats, then I just do this. And see how so the headrests come down and then it folds back a little bit, which is really cool. Very cool. Okay, now 121 cubic inches of cargo space. Let me show you how big this is. I'm about 5'10". Let me show you how much this is. So I'm back. I can do a snow angel. I'll go back even farther. I mean, I've got tons of room. I can even sit up like this if I want to. If I want to be a little kid, maybe go to a drive-in movie. Who knows? But it just shows you the magnitude and the expanse of this, which is truly remarkable. Okay, one thing about 3-row SUVs is the proof in the pudding is how much room, how much leg room is in that 3rd row. Is it for 5-year-olds or can adults get in there? We're going to show you how the ESV Escalade gives you a big thumbs up. So here's all you do here. Throw this down. It goes down like this. Then pull it up like that, and getting in the back. Oh, this is nice. All right, you can see I wasn't kidding. This 3rd row is pretty spacious. I can go ahead, I can put my feet back here. If this seat isn't even moved forward, I feel very comfortable. Again, 5'10", still have a lot of headroom back here. It's almost like a little man cave. It's nice and kind of dark and quiet. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So you're sitting in these plush back seats. They're lovely. They just feel, they got the ergonomics down just right with these back seats. Love them. Got a lot of room underneath here, which is always important. And a lot of headroom, even with the sunroof. That's really cool. And they also you can option these with 2 screens, kind of AV option, where you can watch DVDs or whatever, keep the kids at bay, keep them interested as you're going on a long trip. You know, one thing that people forget sometimes is there's people in the 3rd row and they get left. Well, you don't have to have that at all if you're in the 3rd row. You can be a master of your own universe. All you have to do is hit this button right here. There you go, just like that. All right, let's get to the interior. Let's get to the front seat, actually, because this is where most of the good stuff happens. When you're driving, it's a nice position. Heated and cooled seats. You can also get massaging seats if you get an extra package. But love the way it feels. It's got excellent support and but comfort too. If you're going on a long trip, you could sit in here for a long time. What's cool about this is 38 cubic inches of OLED display. And you'll see as we go through this, it's really cool. They've done a great job on cleaning everything up. It used to have a lot of crazy buttons, and sometimes the way it was slanted, it would be, you'd get sun glare. Finally got this one right. And you have 3 different ways. You have your infotainment, you have your dash, and then you have some more features over here, which we'll get to in a second. You have a heated steering wheel, if you like that. I love that, by the way, because if you're in cold climates, the steering wheel never gets warm enough. Again, you see controls here. You have everything typically to the left here. You have your side view mirror controls. You can fold those in, and you have front and back windows. That's pretty standard. So let's go through this a little bit. If I want to change something, I want to change the look of this. I can do this. I can do camera, and I can do this. Now, you might think, I already have a windshield. What do I need this for? Well, you can have some fun with it when you're doing navigation. It'll show everything down here. What I like about it is you can only see the top of the hood from a driver perspective. But right here, if let's say there's a little kid or a dog in front of you, you'll be able to see that with that little cutout. It's almost like an iPhone notch. I like that a lot. Otherwise, not sure why you need it, but it's kind of a cool feature, I guess. So there you go. You have the head-up display, which you'll see it's very clear. And you can change the height and everything along those lines. And I can put a map on here too, if I want, maybe. See how that goes. Maybe I have to do this. So again, it's kind of redundant, but why not? If you have the capability, you don't have to use it. And we'll go right back to the camera, and if we don't want that, we go back to gauge. And all works out pretty good. You have digital, which I love. I love digital speedometers. I don't want to have to figure out if I'm going 62, 65 miles an hour. I want to see it square right there. You'll see it in the head-up display as well, along with the speed limit. Always a nice feature. The materials are excellent. Everything is double stitched. It's just contrasted stitching. Just feels opulent. It's the way it should be. And when you get to the higher option models, you'll find that it gets really, really nice. It just depends on your price point, like anything else. Let's see. So you have your controls here. Here's your screen. I can go to radio. This has the 16 speaker AKG. It's an AKG, sorry. And that's the standard, 16 speakers. And you also have them in your headrest. Kind of cool. I like that. It's almost like having headphones, but on the outside. You can also option up to a 36 speaker AKG stereo. The sound is marvelous. It's orchestra quality. The acoustics in here are terrific. Again, it's a Cadillac. It's an Escalade. It should have the top of the line of everything, especially if you want to be a little baller, you know? Okay, so you have that. AM, FM, if I want to go to certain vehicle information, shows you how much oil I have, tire pressure. I can scroll here, average speed. I can go through battery voltage, total hours. I mean, again, it's stuff that you might want or not, but it's always there. And again, life is all about options. These are kind of redundant. Down here, you have a home screen. If I want to do that, I can toggle with this, or I can touch tone it, or just touch it. Do Apple CarPlay. That's really nice, especially if you don't want to get familiar with a whole different screen. I like that a lot. The gear shift. Now, this doesn't sound like much, but back in the day, Escalades had the automatic transmission gear shift up here, like a 3 on a tree. It was almost too truck-like for the opulence and luxury that this car should provide. So they finally put this down here, and feels good. You have a park right here. I can have an auto hold, which means when I come up to a stoplight, I can go ahead and take my foot off the brake and it will hold it. I think that's a terrific feature as well. Down here is your wireless recharger. It's a little slot right down there. You put it in there and it'll show that it is charging. That's a cool feature. Pretty good console or compartment here. You have a little gizmo here for knickknacks and stuff. If, again, you option this, you can get a refrigerated storage unit right here too. Just costs money, right? Other than that, these controls are really easy. Again, they're not as mind-blowing as the old Q system. This is much easier to deal with, and you have settings here. You can go up and down as far as the temp goes. I can raise or lower the fan. It's just very intuitive. It's not overwhelming. You want to have a lot of tech, but you want to know how to use it. So the learning curve on this is not that long at all. You have nice feature here. I like this. I like that pattern. You have this. Again, just a nice overall look. When we're talking about materials, Cadillac does it right. So Cadillac's been doing this for years, but I want to point it out again in case you're not familiar. The rear view mirror, you got a couple of choices. You can keep it the way it is, where you just look through the back window. You can look at yourself if you want, but it's a little limiting. Even though you have nice big side view mirrors and you have blind spot warnings and all that, this is a cool feature. Some people love, some people don't use it, but again, all about options. That's your camera back there. It has cameras embedded into the bumpers. And what I like about this, it's a big car, but you can also see a lane on each side. So you have redundancy all over for safety. You have blind spot warnings, you have big side view mirrors, and now I can see it right through here as well. If I put this in reverse, now you get it down here. You can also get an overhead right there. So again, when you're parking this thing, it's kind of tough to find out where your limits are in this car. This way I can do it just by lining everything up. Cool beans. Last thing, you have an overhead panoramic roof, which makes everything much brighter. I like bright. I might not want to open up the sunroof all the way, but I want light coming in. I want to be illuminated. Otherwise, it can be kind of dark, kind of dreary. And so, again, all about options. And you have more controls up here. You have the lights, reading lights. I can open and close the sunroof with this little gizmo. You have garage link right here. And so they've done everything. Cadillac has figured this out, and it's a highly competitive category, and Cadillac is doing it right. Okay, we've showed you the inside, the outside, the luxury features. Now let's drive the ESV 2021 Escalade and get the impressions on, how it handles and how comfortable it is. This is a car, it's all about comfort. You don't need to be hitting off ramps going 1,000 miles an hour. So we put this thing in drive. I want to see the turning radius of this thing. It's a very long car, so let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spaces. Not bad for a 3-rower. All right, let's take it out on the road. Again, I love these seats. They're comfortable and supportive, heated and cooled. You can option it up to get massaging. I mean, in a car of this category, vehicle, SUVs, it's a very competitive category. And people that choose this want to have every box available if that's their bent, okay? Again, steering wheel feels really good. I like it. It's got some tactile feel to it, heated seats. You have modes in here. I can put it in tour, sport, off-road, and also tow. Well, tow's about, 6,000 pounds, maybe 7,000. You can go in 2 or 4-wheel drive, or you can go in auto, so whatever it feels it's best. That's pretty cool. 6.2 liter, 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, or 630 Neutron meters, which rounds down to 600, which you'll see on the back trunk lid, right? It's very planted. I mean, you can tell it's a heavy car, but it's got some oomph to it if you need it. Again, 0 to 60 doesn't matter. It matters how many people you're taking or how much cargo you're taking in opulent luxury. Pretty good visibility all the way around. Again, what I like about this camera, the rear view camera, is these seats can kind of get in the way a little bit. This makes it all unobstructive, and I can see more than one lane on each side. So excellent safety and visibility with this. The gas mileage. All right, it's a 3-row SUV. You're not going to be squeezing out a bunch of miles out of this. It's 14 in city, 19 on the highway. I was getting about 17.5 overall with it. Not horrible, and it's has a range of about 400 to 450 miles depending on how you drive. Really good brakes, that is always important. Everything is very easy to get to. This is what I like about the designs of these cars these days. Cup holders are easy, you have controls, you have wireless Bluetooth, everything you can do touchscreen, you can do by the control knob right here. Again, one thing about this Escalade is you're not one for options. If you want to try something one way for a while, that's great, and then you want to move it to another, fine, go ahead and do that. When I put it in sport mode, didn't notice that much of a difference. The steering is a little bit tighter gear ratio, maybe a little bit more acceleration. But by and large, again, this is all about comfort and cargo hauling rather than all-out performance. But again, very capable all-wheel drive. Got those 22-inch wheels that look real special. And as usual, Escalade commands a presence. It's great and American made. So if you're into buying domestic, but you don't want to be shortchanged on anything, this, my friends, is the ride to get. I want to thank Crest Cadillac up in Frisco for the use of this. These were hard to come by. Again, quick little anecdote. I was waiting for the car to take it for the review, and there was a family that was looking at it before I was getting into it, and they bought it on the spot. These are very hard to come by. The lead time is it might take you a little while, but it better put down a deposit, and when it arrives, and you'll be happy when it's in your driveway. The head-up display is great. I will not be without a car. We will not be with a car without head-up display. Keeps my eyes on the road rather than down here looking at the speedometer. Love that a lot. I like the speed limit because it does change, especially when you're in speed traps or you're in certain suburban areas. They might change down to 20, school zones and all that. So I'm trying to figure out, did I just see a sign or whatever? It tells you right there, and it's very reliable and accurate. So that's all cool too. The displays, just cool. I mean, it's high tech, and it looks like it. And everything just looks premium. Again, you can option this thing up to low six figures, and that will give you everything you want. 36 speakers, massaging seats, just a whole bunch of goodies if that's what you want. And why wouldn't you? Unless it depends on the cost, right? But all in all, the 2021 Cadillac ESV Escalade. This is the premium luxury, the second of about 5 packages you can opt for. This is the second least expensive. 88 is about 88 grand is the base. This one's optioned at 93. You can go up from there if you like. But this is well worth the wait, and everything in here looks improved. It feels improved. It sounds improved. I love the rear hatch. I love how that goes up and down. You can split it up and just opening up a window. You can hit the emblem. You can move your foot underneath it. They've really thought of everything. And the room in here, the third row. I could live in the third row. And I'm not 4 feet tall. I'm 5'10". So that's really cool. And if you're in the second row, even better. And obviously you can, if you are hauling a bunch of stuff. You saw me when I was doing the Snow Angel in the back. You don't need any more room than this. So there you go. The 2021 Escalade ESV. And this is the premium luxury edition. If you're looking for this category or looking into this category, I strongly suggest you give this a try. Well, there you go, folks. It's the all-American, big, brawny, beautiful, luxurious, tech-laden, the presence of the 2021 Cadillac Escalade. Cadillac got this one right. Now, this is the premium luxury edition. It's the second of about 5 packages. This base is around $88,000. With a couple of options on this, it ticks at around $93,000. If you add more options, and believe me, you can add a lot of options on this, If you check all the boxes, it'll be in the six-figure range, but this is kind of commensurate and comparable to everything else in this category, which is the big, bold, and beautiful SUV. It's the three-rower and all that. So, I want to thank Crest Cadillac up in Frisco for the use of this. These are hard to come by, but the fact we were able to get it, now you can see it and determine on your own if this is in your wheelhouse, but I strongly suggest you do. So until next time, drive carefully.